Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world today. Thank you so much for joining the American IV Association free webinar. We hope that you are all doing well. We're super excited to have author and CEO of Blitz Metrics, Dennis Yu, talking to us today about SEO management and how to understand what that all means. We do hear those buzzwords, but what does it really mean? Also, a little plug, we have a business academy coming up at the end of the month. It's in Fort Lauderdale. The weather here has been fabulous in Florida. So if you love a little heat and some ocean scenes, definitely come down and check it out. All of our information's on our website at americaniv.com. I'm going to pass it over to Dennis, and if there's any questions, you're able to use the question features through the webinar, and we will try and get those answered for you. Thank you, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you are from. I'm Dennis Yu. I'm a former search engine engineer. 25 years ago, I built the analytics at Yahoo, which was the search engine before Google became the one, and a lot of the people on my team went over there, and no use crying over spilled milk. But I have a different perspective on SEO, and today we're going to talk about demystifying it and what it means for you as a business owner and or your marketing team. So we're going to cover a lot of ground today, practical tips on what you need to do. If you don't understand any of it, that's fine. It's like assembling IKEA furniture. It is stuff that your marketing person, your agency, your other people should be able to do. Everything we're talking about here is directly auditable, measurable. There's none of this like black box secret algorithm, can't tell you, have to kill you. So with that being said, I love real examples. So if you can put into the question or into the chat area a website, either your website or a competitor's website, then let's do an audit. And let me show you what is possible. And let me show you the simple things that we can do to be able to improve our rankings on Google, whether it's on local, whether it's like the knowledge panel. This is the same thing that's going to help in social media. And I'm going to show you how social media and search fit together using real data. I'm going to log into a few client examples as well, so you can see what it looks like from the WordPress side, what it looks like from the Facebook side, and other sorts of tools. Is that a fair deal? So put a website into the chat, and Jennifer, you can help me, or put it into, can you guys see the chat? Put it into the chat, a website, or Jennifer, tell me a website. I can start with American IV.
Let's start with American IV. Oh boy, we
Okay.
did just get started, so we just freshly kicked off. So
Okay. Seems like everyone's rebuilding the website. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? And when I take this site and I paste it into Google's tool called PageSpeed Insights and say, how does it look from a mobile standpoint and a desktop standpoint? This is something you can't argue with. So whoever built your website probably built it for desktop and probably built it to look nice. And I'm sure, you can argue about the aesthetics of it, but in terms of performance, if your website is not a 90 plus, then there's some problems. And Google will break down your score from 0 to 100. They'll give us a mobile score and a desktop score, and they're going to tell us exactly what needs to happen. So it's a 26 here. And the reason why is because it takes 8.8 seconds to load here. And here's the waterfall where you can see as things are loading. I do like the YouTube video that's there, because using Google's products to rank on Google is probably a good thing. And you could see JavaScript is what's hurting us. This is very common, right? And they explain exactly why. Now, if the desktop score is a 26, probably 70, 80% of our traffic is coming on mobile. So it's very important, so the mobile, if the mobile's 26, I bet you the desktop's 75 maybe. Let's see, 73. See, and it's showing us what the issues are, right? Now, if I go back to the site, and you have access to this too, but you might not know this, in Chrome, if you do View, Developer, Developer Tools, now here on the right side, I've got the code that loads, and if I refresh the page, Apple R, Control R, you can see how many different items are being loaded. And in this case here in the bottom, I know it's kind of small, there's 104 requests. So there's 104 pieces of information that have to load in order to form this web page. A web page is not just like one thing that comes over, it's lots of little pieces, as you can see. And that's 14.2 megabytes, which is a huge payload. And if we look through the timeline of all these different items, you can see how long these items take and where the issues are. Okay, so
Wow.
tip number one, page speed insights. Put in that URL and see what that score is. So SEO, a very simple thing with SEO, it's so simple, people don't seem to realize it. If your website takes 8.5 seconds to load, people are not going to stay around. And then double whammy, Google is not going to want to show you to people when they're doing searches,
Because you're
right?
not sticking around. We actually got
Yeah.
two questions. We've got two suggested
Okay.
websites.
Okay.
It's not an actual web link, but it's Lone Star Ivy Medics.
Okay. Lone Star, and thank you for volunteering.com. Okay. I'm going to not search it with the .com just to see what shows up. And I'm just going to pretend it's like one word. You know what? I'm going to make it
They
Lone
presented it as
Star
three. They
IV.
presented it as three
Okay.
words.
Okay. There it
So
is.
maybe it's,
Lone
yeah, there
Star.
we
I spent 8 years in Texas.
go.
So there's Lone Star IV Medics. Okay. Okay. I have a lot of good things to say about you guys. Wow. Okay. You can see their GMB, which is now called Google Business Profile. GBP. It's still GMB as far as we're concerned. Wow. 5.0, 1,500 reviews. There's no Q&A here. You need to fill this out. You need to fill out all the products and services and other pieces here. And good, you're making posts. And here's other people that are like this. Of course, we don't like it when Google shows competitors, but that's okay, right? So this is not bad. Now, who is it from Lone Star IV Medics? What's your name? And what if we can unmute you so we can chat? And I'm going to show you something. And everyone here, the same thing applies to you, right? I want you to use these same techniques. Everything we're covering here is something that you can apply. And my goal, by the way, is to get you to hire someone from your local community college or high school, or maybe you have a son or daughter that is like a technology whiz when it comes to like iPads and SEO or social media. My goal is that you have that young adult go through our training, which is free. My whole life mission is creating jobs for young adults, and then do this for, help your company, fire your agency, do this for your company, okay? All right, so Lone Star IV Medics, I can see the 214, very good that you have maps and directions at the top. That's the most important thing people are looking for. And then you have lots of different choices, okay? So this looks good.
I went to
Location
unmute her,
about
but she's muted herself, so I don't know if Cynthia
Oh,
can
really?
join us. So,
Okay, what's
um,
her name? Can I say her name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. So Cynthia, check this out. I'm going to use an SEO tool. I have lots of SEO tools. And if you want me to run this or our team to run these things, because some of these tools cost a couple $1,000s a month, but I don't want you guys to waste money unless you have to. We can just run these reports for you, okay? So Cynthia, here's a bunch of these SEO metrics, okay? I'm just going to explain a couple of them real quick. You have a domain rating of 4. So 4 is kind of low. Local websites should be like 10 or 15. Something like a CNN might be like a 92. It's on a logarithmic scale from 0 to 100. So like a Google or a Facebook is a 100. And the Dallas Morning News might be like a 72 or something like that. So every 10 points is 10 times more powerful, like an earthquake. So the 4 is low. That's okay. I'm not going to obsess over any one particular metric. But here's the good news. Cynthia, you rank on 6,000 some keywords. And let's take a look at what those keywords are and why you rank on these. And everyone else who's doing IV or med spa or, oh shoot, I got to come over here. And I just got my MacBook Pro back I went on a boat on the 4th of July and it got wet. So I brought it to the Apple store and they gave me a brand new one, which is cool. Okay, so I'm back in here. Let's go back to here. Okay, Lone Star, IV Medics, you rank on when people are in the Dallas area, IV therapy near me, you moved up from 11 to position 9. There's 34,000 people that are searching on this pretty difficult keyword, 41, and you have 1,300 of these because you moved up from 11 to 9. you've gotten 500 plus more people visiting you per month. So this is very good. And this is a McKinney. Oh, very awesome. My buddy Jacob lives in McKinney. He's a new hire with us, and you see this came from 2 days ago. So of course you rank on your own name, and 1,000 people a month, and you're getting 356 of it because you're in position one. That's about right. 30% of the searches if you're in position one. IV Therapy Austin. Okay. And you have these different locations. Denton, my buddy Glenn Vo of Denton Smiles, he's got 40,000 dentists that follow him. He's in Denton. He's my dentist. I fly into Dallas, by the way, to do that. And so, yeah, this is great. These different locations are showing up. Someone is doing some SEO here, and I'll explain where this is coming from in a moment. And I can't even say this. On the Citron for Hangover, that's new. You're starting to get some traffic here. Fort Worth. I lived in Highland Park for 8 years in the Fort Worth area because I worked at American Airlines. Wow, mobile IV therapy, Dallas. You guys are doing fantastic here. Look at all of these terms. They're green, meaning they're moving up in these different positions. Corpus Christi. Oh, okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's go look at McKinney, maybe. Okay, choose any city. So now for you, it might be IV therapy, whatever city name. The way to rank in Google is you need to show them a signal that's based on either the location, McKinney, Texas, and or the topic, mobile IV therapy, glutathione, whatever it might be, right? And so you need links from other sites that are either related to the location or the topic that we're talking about here, IV, vitamin C, hydration, whatnot. Wow, 1,400 search. So you have 6,900 coming a month and 1,400, so which is like 20% are coming. And this ranks on 52 keywords, which are mainly going to be McKinney related, aren't they? Because that's a McKinney. Okay, McKinney, cheap IV therapy near me. Okay, I mean, that can be good or bad depending. Groupon just started offering IV therapy. Did you know that? You should consider using that. It's not just, Botox. Works really well. Okay, so look, IV therapy McKinney, you've got search engine features. So there's different ways that you can rank. So images, people also ask, you can see this video is one thing that all of us could use. There's no video showing up here. So let's just actually show you what this means. So IV therapy, this is gonna be something hidden in plain sight, okay? That most people just don't understand. And I could do the search on mobile to show you the same thing. All right, so look, IV therapy McKinney. Now there's lots of things that are showing up. There's the local 3-pack, which is this. I interviewed the CEO of Drip Bar twice. He just had what's his face? Can't remember his name. The guy who invented the infomercial posting. This is like me getting old. I need to get some IV therapy myself. Okay, Yelp. There's your site. Rejuvenate. Other guys. Now look at this. People also ask. Now when you want to rank on whatever the main keyword is that you type in, and Google shows, they almost always show this PAA, people also ask. If you're not ranking on the thing that you want, IV therapy city name, it's probably because you are not answering these questions, okay? Is IV therapy worth money? What's the pros and cons? What can I do in Texas? What are the rules? And so as people are starting to look at these things, each of these PAAs, Google is choosing somebody to show information from. And you could see like these kinds of things, right? You got to be a current LPN or RN to do this and all. So some of you may or may not want to answer, but these are things that people are asking. Google is literally telling us what people are looking for. And so here's the exercise for you to do. You go to your young adult or your front desk person holds an iPhone with a good microphone. By the way, you need a microphone within a few inches of your mouth. You can have a cheap $10 microphone. It doesn't matter. You need a microphone, and you start recording answers to these questions, okay? So let's say there's 10 of these. What does it do with weight loss or whatever it might be? And so you just record this. Let's say there's these 10 questions. How long do you think it would take for you to do 1-minute answers to each of these, either interviewing, one of the nurse practitioners, or you as the founder, or one of the nurses that does the IV therapy, like whoever it is, like other people in the office. Maybe you have a wellness coordinator answering these questions. If you do that, then I'll just go to Fort Lauderdale. I'll show you what this looks like. So this is my Google Photos. Everything gets automatically uploaded. I pay $10 a month. You should do this too for yourself. You might even have like a special phone that you have in each of your locations that you give the front office. There's Sam Tejada. Let's see, there's these, like this is literally everything that's tagged as Fort Lauderdale, okay? And you should have the same thing as well. There's Elliot Drake, there's a podcast here, here's playing golf, here's, and here are a series of quick little interviews at Liquivita answering these most common sorts of questions, right? And there's some of these like behind the scenes, here's what we're doing, and we're going through the whole process. And this feels very much like that you're sitting down with the nurse, or sitting down in one of these lounges and having this conversation. And, oh, why am I feeling tired? And, oh, and how about you? Oh, I come in every week, this is so good for me. Oh, I'm a teacher. I mean, you're having these different kinds of conversations. Either you're answering the questions, or you have this kind of, you notice this is vertical video, right? You have these very real sorts of conversations that you then are able to chop up, right? And then you have, maybe one of these injectors, and she's talking, oh, what are you doing? Oh, this is Diamond Glow. And this is, now notice, this is just simple vertical cell phone video. So you can see I'm interviewing her, right? So she's explaining what's going on. She's talking about her favorite clients. She's obviously, if you have clients, you have to get their permission, and most of them will say yes. And you can see there's tons of these little things here. I guess people are getting their IVs, right? How are you feeling? Or what are you in here for? And it's so easy when you show people what it's like, and you show the other people that are there, and you're answering these questions that are coming through. That's what Google wants to see. So here for IV Therapy McKinney, they're showing a mix of different things here, right? There's related keywords, there's Yelp, there's the GMB, there's videos, there's PAA, there's like 15 different things it can show. But the easiest way is to be able to show video. And there's actually very little video on, oh, there's a TikTok one here. Okay, Mobile IV Therapy McKinney. Who's this? Infusa Lounge Wellness. Okay, well, good for them. But when you take content and you repurpose it, meaning you take this video content, which is stored centrally, like I was showing you here. I've got so many tabs open, I can't even figure out the one that I have open. And you turn it into Facebooks and TikToks and blog posts and GMB posts and whatnot. That is literally what you need to do. Okay, this is like the secret. Okay, check this out. Jennifer, can you see this? Or everyone else here? Here, you see this 4-stage
Yes.
process?
Yep.
Everyone needs to build a content factory. And I'm a strong believer that an agency can help you get started, but you need to have one of your front desk girls or some kid from the local high school or whatnot do this and own this thing. It needs to be in-house. It's not that I hate agencies, even though I own multiple agencies that do this. Here's how it works. So when you have all these little 1-minute videos, and I also have it on iCloud and Amazon Photos and Google Photos. I pay $10 a month for each of these things, okay? And our clients all do this. They pay $10 a month each for the iCloud, Amazon Photos, Google Photos. That then gets processed in tools. And I don't call it video editing. I call it processing, because there's Swiss Army knife tools like Descript, and there's AI tools. There's so many AI tools that literally can just yank in video and chop it up for you, edit it, just like do all the kind of video editing stuff for you. The AI tools are incredible. There's new ones every day. I can't even keep up. That they chop it up in different pieces and put it inside a content library. And then that can live on all these different places, which then show up. I know this is going to seem a little technical, but it's going to show up as these different SERP features. So here, Lone Star IV Medics, sometimes like here you've got 4 SERP features. You're showing up the local 3-pack. You have site links. People also ask. You're showing up with some images. So any blog post that you have should have a mix of items that will allow you to rank in more things in Google. So this is probably your second or third most powerful page, which is great. And you have pictures, you have some links to IV treatments, so you're linking back. Okay, so that's good. You're also, by the way, whoever did this is clearly trying to do SEO. Okay, it's like recover fast with IV therapy near McKinney, Texas. McKinney, Texas. This. How much is mobile therapy cost in McKinney, Texas? How to book a mobile IV in McKinney, Texas. So clearly, someone trying to do SEO has done this. And this actually, see, look, they've done a great job here, right? They've answered these questions here in the FAQ, and that's why Google's ranking this site, even though the site only has a DR4. It has so little power. But because you've answered the question, and we could look at this in your analytics to determine if this is actually the case. This is a great example. You guys knew I was going to say some good things about you. They're actually putting in information related to McKinney, Texas. Like what can you do near McKinney, Texas? Well, you can go to the Heard Natural Science Museum. You can go to historic downtown McKinney. You can have these other things. But you know what you can do is if you have ChatGPT, you could say, you know, and I like to go to 4.0, but you know, this, I'm an IV here. I'll go to GPT, pay the $20 a month. Don't be cheap. I'm an IV, it is better. I'm an IV therapy clinic in McKinney. And you can do this yourself, okay? McKinney, Texas. Write a location, write text for a location service page for my website so that I can make Google happy for related searches. And, you know, let's say I'm Lone Star IV Therapy. Was it Cynthia? And the founder is Cynthia. So you just want to, you know, just pretend like you're talking to a really smart friend, not a robot, okay? It's not this Google thing where you're just like talking to the thing that's trying to exterminate humanity and what is it in the Terminator, the TRS 1000 or what are the T 1000, whatever it's called, right? It's not the thing that's going to end humanity. Okay, now you can see it does all of these things. It's writing the location service. It's writing all the stuff that you want because I'm telling it, help me rank on Google. So the AI is helping us rank on Google, right? See all this? Now, of course, this is generic. You could copy and paste this in, but Jennifer and everyone else here, just to see if you're paying attention to what I'm saying here, why is this incomplete? Why is, like, this is pretty good, I'm sure, right? So why is, and you know, now include
Well,
some
because it
def.
doesn't, it's not including like your actual open hours. It's giving you keys to fill in some of the details.
Yes, yes, So now I'm, you know, it's a conversation. I'm not taking the first thing that it's saying. So you're right. So this, I can take this stuff and I can then inject it into these different pages. But what was I just showing you when I was doing photos here? I've got images, I've got pictures, I've got little quotes, I've got, you know, what these different people are saying, right?
It's
Like
picking up on
here's,
the words from them, right? It's picking up on
yeah,
their words.
here's Dennis getting, and you know, I'm even being a little sissy and saying, oh, I'm afraid of needles. Can you just do it without me looking? You know, uh, all this stuff is here. So if you take the web page and you add in the hours, you add in a quote or two from the founder, from other customers, you add in a few little images, a few little video pieces, and the video pieces are YouTube embeds, right? Now you're giving Google's, because YouTube's owned by Google, you add in these different pieces, and then you start linking between the different pages that you have. As we see with Lone Star, they're linking between, where was the one I have here? You know, they're linking on IV therapy, here's pricing, here's locations, right? This is exactly what we want to have. So here's their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations, right? That's what you want to do. Now, let me ask you, this is not rhetorical. Do you think that a high school kid that understands social media and whatnot could do this, can go through our checklist on how to do this? Of course they
Yeah.
can. Do you need to have like the, oh, but we're a digital marketing agency and you wouldn't want to mess with this and screw it up yourself because, we're a pros that didn't. No, just literally do what Dennis you said. It's all published. Literally learn how to do the content factory. Look, we even have, job descriptions on how to do this. Here's a video explaining how to do it. We have courses on it, right? Just like you can Google it. It is right here. Here it is. We're explaining how to do it, right? This is Digital Marketer, which is the #1 website for digital marketers. I'm the top instructor there. And you can see like this site here, this digital marketer site's a DR81. And we rank on 26,000 keywords and with 35,000 searches. And we have all this, we got to practice what we preach, of course, right? So when you
Dennis,
take this,
go ahead, sorry.
go ahead.
I have a
No,
good
you go
question
ahead.
for that. No, someone had mentioned part of maybe all these analytics that you're bringing up. Does it
Yeah.
matter if you're a .net or a .com or a
No, it
dot
doesn't.
something?
No, go ahead and give me a URL and I'll prove it to you. Now, obviously, I prefer a .com, but people don't type in URLs anymore. That's why it doesn't matter. It's like phone numbers. Jennifer, when was the last time you typed in a phone number versus you just, told Siri call so and so, or you
It's been a
clicked on the
while.
name? You don't do that, right? And on phones, people don't type in HTTP blah blah blah. They don't do that, so it doesn't matter. It used to matter. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay.
Okay, so it's more of just branding the actual name of it. It's not.
Yeah. The
Got it.
name of it's important. Yeah, and you can see how many searches are coming for your name and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have an example of that, but I do have two other. I have someone that um,
Okay. So just go ahead
what?
and name it out.
Someone,
I'll type it
someone,
in.
someone just wrote. I don't understand what this means. Um, TLD
Oh, top level domains, which is the
in
same
SEO.
question about like .net and what it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Your website could have hyphens in it. It could be a .biz or .io or .co. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
TLDs
Okay.
don't matter anymore. They used to. And look, we can argue all day long about it. We have .nets. Here, I'll show you an example, okay? I'll show you one of my websites.
Well, we have one that says owner. They're working with someone to smallbiz.com. I mean, small biz
Okay,
just seems like a very
that
everyday kind
that
of.
sounds great, but if you're not getting any traffic, if you're not getting any links, it doesn't matter. Okay. Here's one of my websites. It is free-ebooks.net. What a horrible name, right? I have 1 million visitors a month that come to my website. This is the #1 free. You type in free ebooks into Google, my website's #1. This is one of my, I have a lot of websites, okay? And this one here, I have, just to prove the power of this one, it's a .net and it's got a dash in it. I've never bothered to, I think the guy who owns the actual .com wants me to pay a lot of money. I'm like, screw you, it's not worth, I'm not gonna pay that much for it. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. I have 4.6 million links. I have a DR74, rank on 21,000 keywords. I'm getting a ton of traffic on this, right? And it doesn't matter the domain name. What matters is the name of it and are people searching for the thing. Now, the reason I have a 74, which is a major media site level power, is because I have 4.6 million legitimate links that I built up over many years from 57,000 domains. Where are these links? So let's take a look at where these links are coming from any of us. You can see a legit Wikipedia and these other educational sites where they're linking to books that are on, we have lots of books on our free ebook site because authors can upload their stuff. And you can see, right there, these other guys are, oh, here's a site to download PDF. Here's the 10 best sites for, books on this topic or whatever it might be, right? So people have linked to us. And as a result, Google sees us as the most authoritative source on free ebooks as an example here, right? This old website. Now back to our Lone Star folks, even though they don't have a lot of SEO power, the reason why they rank on all these terms, my guess, I'm like 90% sure, is, I'd have to look at the analytics to tell, is that when people come to this page, they think, oh, this is actually helpful. So if we look at the Google Analytics, which they do have, and they have you, your tag manager, very smart, Cynthia. Someone knows what they're doing here. Google can see, but Google looks at your analytics, you know.
She did ask we
Google,
don't use her name anymore.
okay, sorry, mystery woman.
Okay.
This is mystery woman. Your site's doing well because patients that come here actually find it's a helpful page. And some people, they want to see pictures, some people want to read text, some people they want to, you know, watch videos. Like people have different ways of how they want to consume information. And when Google tells us here's the related searches, then you need to, you know, Myers cocktail
I got a great question as you're
near
typing that in.
me. Yeah.
Um, so there
There's
is a person who's doing who's been working hard on their SEO,
uh-huh.
and they recently reached out to a digital marketing agency, and they told her that, or this person, that the website was not structured for SEO. So does that mean, what does that mean to you? And are there certain website templates that are structured for SEO? For example, they used GoDaddy to create their initial website. Are there
Oh
other
yeah, yeah.
sites?
Use WordPress, okay, just to make it simple. So Lone Star is built on WordPress. See? WordPress. All these WordPress plugins. By the way, don't freak out about these different tools that I'm using. This is what I do for a living. I love doing this. This is so much fun auditing. Just like, you know, doing IVs is fun for you. So just use WordPress.org. It's 25% of the internet runs on WordPress. Someone you mentioned like GoDaddy or you know Wix or other tools or Squarespace, like don't mess with any of the other website softwares, okay? Just use WordPress because it's 95% out of the box. It does what you need it to do. You don't have to mess with it, okay? And all the plugins that we need, like I recommend using Rank Math and Link Whisper. By the way, if you guys want any of these plugins, I pay thousands of dollars for these. I can just add you. I have enterprise licenses. I have unlimited. I can add unlimited websites to these that will help you like link between them. Rank Math's one that will help you. Let's see if I can show you
We
DennisU.com.
appreciate that. I'll be sure to share the information post
Yeah,
event as well.
I literally want, I'm trying to, I'm in my third decade of doing this SEO thing, and I just want people to remember, yep, you know, I came to the webinar hosted by the American IV Association, and this is when all this SEO stuff turned around for us. And I just got this new laptop. Let's see if it'll let me in so I can show you these different tools. Why it's not letting me in? Oh, here we go. Okay, good, good. All right. So now look, I'm literally going to show you this, okay? I bet you've never seen anyone just like log into WordPress and prove it. By the way, agencies will never do this because their SEO is almost always terrible. Okay, so if I look at any one of these random ones, okay, here is, like, I can't even make this stuff up. I have thousands of these blog posts, but check this out. I'm not even editing blog posts, if you will. So here's a simple post, and it says Larry Kim, #1 spender on Google Ads. This guy had 2% of Google's global ad spend. I saw him in Boston a couple weeks ago. He's a good buddy of mine. He started WordStream and he sold it for 116 million cash. This is something, you know, we all want to have the exit like that. Okay, so you can see, like, this is simply a post that I made initially on Facebook. So look, let's go to my Facebook. So you can see, oh, there's me and Larry from when he was skinny and when I had hair. And you can see on my Facebook, I'm making these posts. Like, here's how the dollar a day strategy works, which by the way helps with SEO. You take your best post and you boost it for $1 a day on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever it is, right? And I'm sharing things like, here's a knowledge pound. If you Google Dennis Yu, here's what shows up. So I'm constantly making these posts, and it could be like I'm showing, hey, did you know that on Google, last month I had 500,000 people view my photos on Google and blah, blah, blah. And all these people are commenting and engaging. And so all of these things that were posted, look, I played soccer a couple days ago. So all these things are happening. And then this gets, here I'm talking about SEO stuff. I'm explaining all these things here with SEO. Then this gets turned into an article. It's literally that simple. It's the process that I told you here at the Content Factory. So you have your young adult or VA from the Philippines do this. Content that's produced as a Zoom call, like now, actually, this is GoToWebinar, or on your phone or off of social media can be processed so it can be repurposed, meaning published into other channels. So when you look at the posts that are on my website, these are all just repurposing off of another post that I made, right? And there's all these different posts here, and these all came from, here's another one. My buddy Filmer Sean, who does the oxygen therapy in Vegas. Let me just show you. So there's me and Phil, and he's talking about how has oxygen therapy. There's an embedded YouTube video. Remember, we talked about giving Google's things, and here we're linking to Cocoon under oxygen therapy because that's what they want. Here's more videos along the way. You don't have to go crazy with lots and lots of videos, but here's Aniko, who runs this facility, and she's talking about what she does, and right. So this is so easy. It's just repurposed into a blog post. I didn't write this blog post. Now look, I'm using this plugin Rank Math here. And Rank Math, we're trying to get our score, 80, 90 plus. And here's the things we want to rank on, right? And it's giving us these different tips. It's telling us where, our title's not good enough, we don't have links here, or like URL's too long, all these different things. It's telling us simple things, and it's even making suggestions on what we need to do. Right? You see all this? So this is AI again, right? This is AI making suggestions for us, and we're trying to get our score higher. And when we use these tools, now this happens to be a WordPress plugin, then it's easy. So now it's a 70, but there's lots more things I can do to fix it. So a young adult or virtual assistant from the Philippines or whatnot should be able to do this for you. Like this one's a little bit better. This is ranked 85. Why? Because the young adult that worked on this one, they had links between them. We're ranking on mentorship, right? This is simply the Rank Math plugin. It's a few $100 a month or whatever it is. I'll just give you guys access to this. If you email Stephanie@blitzmetrics.com. And then here's another one, Link Whisper, okay? There's so many plugins. You can go crazy with WordPress plugins. Look, I have 1,200 posts on this site, and these sites, now here's the thing, if you have some power on your site, I can link between different articles that I have. So this is a new one, why you should not work on your personal brand. It's because your customers do the work for you, and they are your brand, okay? But here, if I look at this one, I can see that I haven't been linking between different articles on my site. So if I have related articles, and I have more web pages to link between. If you don't have enough web pages, shame on you. But this thing, the AI is now linking, it's making suggestions saying, hey, here's a few other articles, and here's exactly where we think you should link between existing articles that you have. And here's the anchor text. And then it gives you the suggestions. You never take all of them. You just take probably like a third of them. And then you say, okay. And then it goes ahead and fixes your website and does all of it automatically. It automatically generates these links. Isn't that cool? Of course, you have to wait for it while it scans your website to try to figure out where it thinks you should try to like link between this page and that page on this keyword, right? Does anyone have another site for us to look at? This is a fantastic one, Random Woman. Site : Lone Star. Okay, so I asked Google, how many pages does Lone Star IV Medics have? 870. Wow, look at all these pages. There's a lot of opportunities to link between them. But here, like hangovers, okay? There's even here, even though the website ranks on 6,000 keywords, we're not linking between them. So if a one page is doing well and Google loves it, why don't we link? Why don't we like share the juice? Here, there's zeros here. Look, there's no links. There's zero links. And so this page has zero authority because it's 0, right? So imagine like this page could link to other pages and vice versa, right? Well, actually, this is a category. That's why. Now, okay, I see. So you're not linking to a category, but fair enough. Here it is, Zofran for hangovers. Let's say this is, something you want to show. So where are we linking? Okay, here we're linking out to other pages. Okay, Britannica, Mayo Clinic. You're doing that to try to show that you're a trustworthy site. That's why people do this. So they're linking out, but are we linking in? Okay, so here we're linking out. But where are the links in? There's no links into this page. You see this? So when we use tools like Link Whisper, this thing is still loading. It's because I have 1,000 pages on this website, so it's a lot of analysis, but it's going to make recommendations where I've talked about the same kind of thing, right? Does that make sense? Is that too geeky? I'd love to hear, like, what do you guys think? Is this Sometimes people say, Dennis, I lost you because you're
We've
not
been getting
speaking
some
English.
really great comments. One, just to answer one question, so everybody, because it's a great question. This webinar is recorded. We will do whatever we have to, and then it will get shared. And I will send it back through however you registered for this. One of the things that Dennis taught me, and I'm still trying to learn why or how, because he did a podcast for us, was getting it on YouTube, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
I have I have a website that was sent in very early. It was
Okay.
smallbiz.com.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. And then I
Smallbiz.com. Okay.
do
Oh,
have someone that
besides got some
asked,
good power. It's a
oh,
great name, small biz, but small biz, that's actually for DR28 and only 100 keywords. That's weird. I guess it depends on what the goal is. So everything we're trying to do, like a newsletter, magazine for small businesses, kind of like entrepreneur.com and whatnot. That's great. But even though it's got a great name, smallbiz.com, it doesn't rank on a lot of keywords because there's not a lot of, I don't think there's much. Let's see, let's do a site colon and see. I don't think there's a lot of pages here. It looks like it would be like this big newsletter magazine thing, but I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't have many. We should all have at least 100, by the way. Do a SITE colon your website. You should have at least 100.
oh,
And our Lone Star people are what, 800 something? That's great. If you're a publication like you have news and about some topic and working out and fitness, you should be thousands. But if you're a local business website and you don't have at least 100, that's
you're
then
not
then
making
you
it.
need to yeah, you need to sit down like I was showing you here and just record a bunch of photos and videos. Just answer all this PAA. Remember I just showed you the thing you want to rank on? Just answer all those things where Google says you need to do the thing on it. Okay. I'm not even
Let's
making
see.
sense.
There's another one on here that was kind of interesting. I thought was cool.
Okay.
Oh, what is
Here,
it?
I'll show you. While you're doing that, I'll show you another example. So I've got lots and lots of these GMBs, these Google My Business locations, right?
Oh, Duda. Duda, can these plug in
Uh,
works?
Duda's great. Duda
I've never even heard
is
of it.
an agency content management system. It's made for agencies to be able to manage websites for their small biz clients. Okay. My buddy
Okay.
Anton runs the digital marketing for Duda, and they're a great tool, but WordPress is better. Okay.
Okay. And then we have a Oasis IV Therapy Tampa.com.
Oasis IV Therapy. Okay. In
Tampa.
Tampa. Okay, there it is. And see, by the way, I have not even finished typing, and you see that the type ahead search results. They're saying they said Tampa before I even said Tampa, right? You guys know how this is the AI. My next
It like
door,
fills it in.
yeah, my next door neighbor runs the IV or not IV, sorry, runs the AI for Google. She's got 450 engineers that work on this, and Bard, right, which is the ChatGPT, which is better than ChatGPT, but she's biased. But you can see if people are typing in Oasis IV therapy, they're thinking about Tampa. Is it good for you? What's the cocktail? Oasis juice ingredients, which might not be you. But let's see here. Oh, good. So your site is ranking number 1, thank goodness. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 site links. These are these little sublinks here. This is great. And you have a TikTok. Oh, fantastic. I have some thoughts to tell you about TikTok. You're going to love this. Tampa Bay Times.
We got
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay. We'll have to talk even faster, right? Here's other partners that you have. Nextdoor. Be careful about this. Some of these sites like Glassdoor and Nextdoor, they can be good and bad for you. Okay. Yelp can be good and bad for you. All right. So you don't rank on as many keywords because you don't have any links coming in. You have a DR 0.2. You don't have a DR 1. And so you only rank on these 26 keywords. But it's probably because your website has some problems because it's slow is my guess. So if we go back to page speed insights, we'll get scored. And this is Google's tool. This is not mine. Don't argue with Google. Google is telling us what to do on, this is their own site. Okay. Well, don't argue with Google. I did the same thing at Yahoo. Like, why would people, I want to argue with me? My job is to protect the search results. I'm a search engine engineer, it's like, come on. So while we're waiting for this to run, just for fun, Jennifer, give me a city anywhere in the world.
Uh, Bruges.
BR,
Bruge.
Bruges,
E.
Belgium, right?
Yeah, 2 E's, I think.
BRU, BRUGE is BRUUGE.
I'm thinking it's Brugge.
Let's just go Belgium. Okay.
There you go.
They have great waffles in Bruges, and you can rent these bicycles. There's so many bicycles everywhere.
Yep.
And let's see if this is tagged. This might have been, was this in Belgium? This is taken at iPhone. No, this is taken in Tampa. Huh, imagine that. Another city, any other city in the world. Go ahead and name one.
I just left one. Tromso.
Tromso.
TR.
Oh, yeah, Tromso, Norway. Yeah. Tromso's in Norway.
There's lots that happen there, but nobody would know it.
And why is that not showing up? I've been to Tromso, Norway. I don't know why that's not showing up. Anyway, the point is, we'll just go back to Tampa. Okay, so when you upload your photos and whatnot to Google or Facebook or whatnot, it's taking the location tagging, that it recognizes who the different people are. And you can see, like here, I was in Tampa in 2015. Here I was speaking at a conference,
Stop
and
it.
the AI is doing this for you. So name any activity, IV therapy.
But you're load. So you take these photos. I'm interjecting against other people's questions maybe here, but so you take your photos, they load into Google Photos, so they're sitting there in
Yeah.
Google Photos. They're
Yeah.
taking the data that's collected when you take the photo,
Uh-huh.
and then it's out like,
Yeah. So here's a person, here's a
wow,
friend of mine, Robert
wow.
Lyon. So Robert Lyons and I in Hungary, in London, in Las Vegas, in all these different places. Here's Dr. Robert Lyons and I, and here's a long form interview. Here's a 10-minute interview. Here's a 10-minute interview you can see taken in Las Vegas with Dr. Robert Lyons. So all of this stuff is, you name an activity like eating pizza, whatever. All this stuff, the AI is categorizing it for us, right? Name like a food, for example, or name an activity. Just name something real quick.
Bowling.
Bowling. I just want to show you the AI has been right here in plain sight the whole time. It's not the robot Terminator trying to kill us with the Matrix. That's Hollywood. The AI we've been using for a long time. Here's bowling. Here's my friend Jacob, who lives in McKinney, and he's bowling, right? The guy's bowled, I think, 12 perfect games, something like that. It's insane. And so the AI, when I, took this on my iPhone, do you think I tagged it as bowling and I tagged it as Jacob and whatever? No, I didn't. The AI has it. So if you have some young girl at your front desk and she's helping record you or the nurse practitioner, whoever, the aesthetics person, answering all these questions in 1-minute videos, and then it gets repurposed into different kinds of content that live on your YouTube and Facebook and your GMB and all that. That's what you need to do. That's the core of digital marketing. This is how you answer the question about SEO and social media. And like, you don't have to worry about like, Duda and WordPress and all. These are all tools that help us process the content. People get so hung up on, what about this AI tool that does this? Yeah, I'm sure it's a great tool, but fit it together. You need to fit it in this 4-phase process. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. And so the last couple of minutes, my hope is that our time together you found valuable, and that I've convinced you that you need to have someone who works for you, like a young adult from the high school, your son or daughter, a virtual assistant from the Philippines, somebody that can implement this content factory for you. We have training on it. You get certified, just like you want to be a pilot or you want to be whatever, you have to be certified, right? You want to be an electrician, you have to be certified. You want to be a nurse, you have to go through the certification. We have certification on how to do the content factory. If you have some young adult, maybe at McKinney High School, and they can go through our training for free. We want them to go through our training so then they can do this for you, right? And then when you have all of the videos that you've made, quick little 1-minute videos on the cell phone, you publish articles, you're with all these different people. There's me and these famous people with, making videos with them and all this. I argued with Mark Zuckerberg on CNN. That's why he doesn't like me. I won, I think. Well, Facebook execs thought I won. So you take all of this. I have Jeff Cohen. He was on my podcast twice. He was so good. I love Jeff Cohen. All that stuff gets repurposed into content. So you want to put your face in here and think about topics about health and wellness and IV, and think about all the other customers that you have and the mayor of your town
Two
and whatnot.
questions about that. So it
Yeah,
kind of expanding off of that, you're saying 1 minute you were talking about linking the pages. So
yeah,
one person said they have an existing business and they've expanded into like the IV medical kind of
Great. You added that
field.
as an extra arm. Fantastic.
So
You have like a med spa, for example.
well,
Awesome.
it's a page, but they're asking should they make that its own website as well, or
Only
leave
if
it
it's
as
a
a
separate
page?
business. If it's part of that existing brand, what brand is it under? So if you own a shopping center with multiple businesses, yes, each of those would be a separate business. But if you added a new service, now you're adding IV therapy to your med spa, or you do lipo, but you also do aesthetics. Great, right? You
Right.
don't need to set up a new website. Don't do the thing that did work 10 years ago is you would buy the domain ivtherapycityname.com. Don't
Mhm.
do that anymore. It used to work because now what matters is the trust, like I was showing you. These links that are, where are these links coming from and all this, right? That's what Google cares about. They don't care about the website address. The website address is like a phone number or IP address. It doesn't matter anymore. It used to. Now, because it's mobile, people don't know the difference between this here, typing in a search versus typing in a URL. They do not know the difference.
Difference. Wow. Okay.
I'm in Henderson today. Now it's saying, hey, do you want to look for one near where you are in Henderson? Like, no, but it's guessing, right?
Perfect. Well, and to answer some questions that are on here as well, I'm sure Dennis will give us all his appropriate contact information. It will be included when this is recorded and shared back
Yeah.
out.
And here it
So
is.
if you want to
Stephanie
jump
at
in.
blitzmetrics.com. I'm literally giving away everything that I have. Your agency is going to freak out because I'm literally like, he's giving away the secrets. Or, oh, we're going to try to argue with him. No, you can't argue with me. I'm right. I'm a freaking search engine engineer. I built this years ago. And then here's this. I want your young adult or virtual assistant. And if you want to do it yourself, you can too. I've got 137 courses in here. These all, some of them cost a couple $100, whatever. But if you have a young adult who they want to do this for a living, I'll I'll give them completely free access to all of our training. They can learn how to implement Dollar Day. They can learn how to edit videos. They can learn how to do SEO. We have a course on how to build courses. That's how many courses we have, right? Literally here, like we have hundreds of these, and I'm giving it away for free to you guys because I want to see you hire a young adult from your local college or your son or daughter or whatever. All of these, how to do TikTok ads, how to use AI to generate content. Like literally, we have all this stuff. Okay. It's not hard to do. It's not a secret. It's all right here. And I want us as business owners need to understand it. So that way these agency people don't like make up all this random stuff. And, I'm not saying they're lying to us, but I really think that we need to know what's going on. I'm the fat man getting the shoe shine.
But is
So
one of the weaknesses when hiring a third party agency is because you said it in the very beginning, you can hire them, but at the end of the day, it's the content. Is it kind of also we hire them assuming they should be able to manage this for us, but if we don't give them the content, what are they
that's
really
true.
managing?
Yeah, it's kind of garbage in, garbage out. It's like bring your own beer or beef or whatever it's called. So what an agency or VA or consultant or whatever should be doing is processing this content. So if there's no content coming in here in this first phase, it doesn't matter how good your tools are. It doesn't matter how technical you are. It doesn't matter how
Yeah,
you could have me personally, doing this stuff for you. But if we don't have any of this content, it doesn't matter, right?
right.
Yeah, there you
And that's
go.
that's what I feel is one of the weaknesses for small businesses is you're trying to run, build, treat your clients, get your money, move. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I took a post of that, but now I'm going to post it later. I'll get to it later. You've taken the video, but you haven't done
You
anything
never have
with it.
time. The small
But you
business owner is trying
never,
to handle 50 things at the same
yeah.
time, and this digital marketing thing is another checkbox among many checkboxes. But because you're managing relationships, because you're responsible for making sure that you're spending money on things, or somebody there, you have the social media person who's supposed to post 5 times a day across TikTok and Twitter, now Threads and whatever. Well, so what? Most of it gets zero traffic. So what's the point of it? Well, to make it actually be effective, you as the business owner should only be in box number 1 of these 4 stages. Then you hire someone at $3 an hour from Pakistan or $15 an hour from the United States or whatever to do this. Here, let me just show you one thing. So we have this group called Digital Marketing with Dennis Yu. I have 40,000 people from Pakistan that are learning how to do this, right? And they're all getting certified. I'm on their podcasts even. I'll humor them. And we're seeing like, here's how you edit a video, right? And this is an example of a video that's been edited using our techniques. We teach exactly how, right? Is it super professional? No, but it does the job, right? And it gets repurposed. So we have so many people here. There's Rihan Alawali. He's got 14 million followers, and we're talking about creating jobs together, right? I've got 1 million followers on Facebook just from this. Here's an example of somebody who wants to be hired for $3 an hour. Look, right? He's a graphics designer. He does all this. He says, I've gone through your training and blah, 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 right? Hire me for $500 a month full time. We have so many examples of this. Here's my buddy Tony Ricketts. He runs a lawn care company, and we're talking about, it's the same kind of thing, right? Look here, this other guy, he wants to be hired. All these people are going through our training and they want to be hired. I'm not saying you hire any of them. Of course, you have to qualify them and interview them just like anybody. But there's 40,000 of them here that are all very happy and hoping to get a job working full time for you for $3 an hour, right? There you go. And if you don't like that, I don't care what I don't like Pakistan. I like the Philippines. Great. Here's onlinejobs.ph. My buddy John Jonas founded it. This is the largest job board for VAs in the world. There's 2 million Filipinos that are here. Okay.
Wow.
Just come in here. I'll give you all of our job posts. I'll like all of it. It's all right here. Look, here's all these people that are hiring, right? From today. Here's all these people that are, and then, here it is. Study the courses and whatnot. Like you can see, like this girl wants to be a video editor. Here's her information. Look how much money she wants to be paid. Let's see. Oh, she wants $8 an hour, 14. She better be pretty dang good. I mean, should be paid $3 an hour, but I don't know if she qualifies. Maybe she is worth $8 an hour. But you see what I'm saying? Like all these people are willing to work for us for almost nothing. If you want to, work at McDonald's, it's now $20 an hour, right? It's insane. And they don't even care. This guy here, this guy wants $18 an hour. What's wrong with this guy? Let's look at some of these. But we have thousands of these people. Here's another one. This one, how much does this one want? $3 an hour. Okay. I'm not saying only hire the people that are $3 an hour, but you can see like these people are all applying for jobs, right? Last contacted today, right? There you
Very
go.
cool.
There's lots of people out here that you can hire. Young adults, virtual assistants for the Philippines, all this. Happy to give away anything that you see here, any of the tools. I just want to give it away. I want you guys to win. I'm so pissed at all these agencies and gurus that are out there trying to sell, like when the data is clearly here. Like I literally everything, I didn't do a PowerPoint at all. I'm literally looking at your data. We have so many other things that we could look at. All right, I'm
And there's
done.
a whole. Thank you, Dennis. I have some
Yeah,
people
Marie.
commenting saying they're very appreciative of this, and it
Yeah,
shows, and it's great that it can be shared for everyone so that everyone has the opportunity to grow. So
yeah,
I'm getting lots of thank yous. And yes, everyone, this will be recorded. The recording will be shared. This was recorded. And again, we'll get some information. You can, I'm sure, contact Blitzmetrics if you need to. And yes, it is Stephanie at blitzmetrics.com.
yeah.
Someone asked if
Anything
that's
you
the
want,
link. Yes,
message
it is.
Stephanie at blitzmetrics.com. You want access to a plugin, you want training, you want to hire a VA, you want like whatever.
And that's the positive thing about being in partnership with the American IV Association is building these different kinds of relationships so that you
Yeah.
succeed. So thank you all again very much. Thank you, Dennis. And hopefully some of you will be joining us at the end of this month in July, or we're already in July in Fort Lauderdale. And again, keep a lookout for the video. And thank you so much, Dennis. I even gained a lot from this because I'm like, what can I do for myself? But
Thanks, Jennifer.
appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
we all good? Everybody good? I think that was it. Thanks, Dennis. Take care. Bye.